Looking at Southampton team news-wise, do you have any kind of injury concerns going into that one?
No, nothing's changed. Yannick Vestergaard has played a couple of games, obviously, for the national team. So he was just about getting fit before the Bournemouth game. So he's obviously in a much better place now in terms of his fitness and his recovery from his ankle injury. But everybody, although we're still waiting for quite a few players to come back, everybody is as they were really before the break.
Can I just check in on Patson as well? 'Cause I think last time we heard about him, you said he was still a few months away.
Yeah.
Is there kind of a more updated timeline?
Well, he's definitely making good progress. It was a quite a serious injury and an operation that he ended up having to have. It's such an unfortunate time as well, a week before the season was about to start. So, but he's coming to not far off the final stages of rehab. You are seeing him on the grass now a little bit, very much still with the medical team and building his way towards being somewhere closer to being with us. But his rehab is on course and going to plan. But like I said, it was quite a serious injury that needed a bit of time to recover from. So he's still in that process really.
And also, Steve, just wanted to check in on Wilfred Ndidi because we saw what happened with the Nigerian team of the international break stuck in the Libyan airport. I mean, did the club speak too much during that time?
Yeah.
How's he doing now?
Yeah, he's fine, and that's the most important thing, that he's back with us and he's safe and well. Yeah, we were in close contact with him throughout the situation that they found themselves in. And he kept us updated. I know there's a bit of a Wi-Fi or connection issue at times, so maybe it wasn't as regular as anybody would have liked. But everyone was in contact, myself included, just to make sure that they were safe and well. And unfortunately, the situation that they found themselves in did get resolved, and everybody got back safe. So he was back with us pretty soon after, and he's trained since. And he's fortunately he's in a safe place, and that's including of his the mental side of it as well.
That's good news. In terms of the Premier League coming back as well, I mean, I spoke to you after that win against Bournemouth, and you mentioned it felt like getting that first win, and the cloud now lifts because of that. Have you had that feeling this week in terms of the training ground? And I know you mentioned there's always pressure on the team, but does it feel like a little bit of pressure is off getting that?
No, there's always pressure on every team. I said that, whatever you're playing for in this league, there's always pressure. There's not a moment that you can step away from that. I just think now it's great to get everybody back together. We got such a good opportunity now to build momentum, and we see some really good signs in what we're trying to do and what we want to become, and there's a lot of belief in that. And training days and game days are your constant opportunities to strive towards what we will be, and we're all really confident that will happen, and we're excited about it. So got an opportunity now on the weekend to continue our progress, to build momentum. We see everything that's going on behind the scenes. Obviously, everyone else just sees a match day, and the results will paint certain pictures. But we know the direction that we're traveling in. We know where we're heading, and we're really excited about. Albeit it's a rocky road sometimes, but we're really excited about the journey ahead and taking it game by game, even day by day. But we're really motivated now and going to Southampton and trying to pick up where we left off.
You mentioned on maybe some of what it looks like on the outside. Ahead of that game against Bournemouth, we saw the team news. It seemed quite noticeable Harry Winks wasn't starting that match. Going into Southampton, how do you decide on the midfield combination, whether you continue with Skill and Ndidi or you bring Harry back in?
Well, it's definitely, and I think it's a real positive thing that, we can make decisions all over the pitch in terms of what we feel might be needed for every game. I guess the context to this week is when you're leading into a game after international break is when a player's returning, what might have happened to players in the international break, and it can add to sort of team selection, squad selection, etc., etc. But no, we really, to be just talking about the team that we're becoming and that we're heading towards. You need a strong squad, and you need players pushing for positions, and you also need although we're sort of really clear about how we want to play and what's required from each position. At times, you need little bits of different profiles in them positions, and not just in midfield. We feel that we have that in every area of the pitch, and that's where you want to be as a manager.
Outside of Premier League, there was some big news this week. Thomas Tuchel being announced as England manager. So I'm sure you saw that. Just generally, what was your reaction seeing the FA appoint Tuchel?
I thought you were going to ask me about Craig Bellamy going 4 games unbeaten, being a Welshman. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I think that. I mean, it was obviously it's going to be a brilliant job for anybody after the work that Gareth did over his 8 years, and where he took it to. Whoever was going to replace him full time was going to be taking on a brilliant job. There's no doubt that the FA have appointed a top coach and an assistant as well with Anthony. And it's a really exciting job for whoever it's going to be. And they've now made the decision, and be really good to see how they do, and hopefully they can carry on the progress that they've made over the last few years.
And just finally for me, Steve, just somewhat connected, but as someone who worked at St George's with the underage groups, just wonder, do you think it can maybe, discourage coaches, British coaches coming through St George's, seeing England manager be someone who's not British or English?
Well, we don't know if the job was offered to an English-British coach. It's maybe an assumption that it wasn't, so we don't know that for sure. I just think that, I really believe in British coaching. I really believe in the coach education pathway as well. I think the courses that the ones I've been involved in have been the FA and the FAW, and I think they've been brilliant courses that have evolved over the course of time. And I really think that they develop coaches and educate coaches in the right way. And hopefully over the course of time, British coaching will continue to improve, and we'll be right up there with the world's best in terms of how we're respected around the world. In the meantime, any opportunities that we are given, to speak about myself here now at Leicester, we've got to take them. We've got to do a good job. So, and until we do that on a regular basis, then maybe we shouldn't say so much. We should take the opportunities that are given to us and do the best job possible. And that's obviously my motivation here. Not just for the reputation of British coaching, is because I want to do a really good job for Leicester. And that's about it, really. Thanks, Dan.
Damien,
Hi, Dave.
Hi, morning. Did the timing of the international break come as a source of frustration for you, given that you got that first win under your belt and the chance to build some momentum?
Well, momentum is definitely the objective at the moment, and we're excited about being able to create that, and that's something obviously that we're in control of, and it's something that you make happen yourself. So I wouldn't say frustrated, because it's coming, international break, and you have a plan for it, and you commit to the plan. So it's always better going into an international break after a win, and everything can seem a little bit more optimistic, although that can be a little bit narrow-minded, but because we know that the work that we're doing and what we're seeing every day. So it is what it is, Dave. It's just about coming back together now, and like I said, really attacking the game on the weekend, thinking about what's in it for us, not thinking about anybody else. And like I said, we're really excited. We're really, really positive about the journey that we're on, putting layers on sort of every day, heading towards where we want to be. And like I said, really want to attack the game on the weekend.
Leicester fans will probably look at this game and remember the 9-0 from a few years back and good games against them last season. But it's not going to be straightforward, I guess, going to their place.
No, of course, none of these Premier League games are straightforward. You see that the ones that we've played already. But I just go back to, whatever game, it's obviously Southampton on the weekend, but whatever game it is, the position we're in now, we're just really, really optimistic about, having some positive days in the way that we want to go about our work, and allowing us to like I said, to progress in the way that we want. So it is Southampton, and obviously it's a game that we will be ready for. We'll respect 100%. Expect every team to be at their best, but whoever it is, we're just looking at ourselves going, a chance now to try and go back-to-back wins, to try and create more positivity, and we've really got to believe that we can make that happen.
They have a style of play, and Russell Martin won't deviate from it, apparently. Does that present an opportunity for you?
I think every team has a style of play in the Premier League. I think every team has consistencies in certain things that they do. So I think you can ask that question respectfully to any game that's at this level in the Premier League. I think that's maybe how you get it as a coach and as a player and as a team, and that's how you can end up succeeding. So no different really. Like I said, we always respect our opponents. We'll always expect them to be at their best. But we've got to make sure that we're at our best and make sure that we believe that can have the biggest impact in the game. Thanks, Dave.
Hi, Steve. Are you okay?
I was looking over there then.
Sorry,
yeah, all right.
Here I am. Just can I go back to a couple more injuries, if that's all right? Have you had much news about Hamza over this time, and how's he getting on? Yeah,
Hamza's making decent progress, to be fair. I think with an injury like his, it's always a discussion on do we, not that I'm an expert in this, does it get operated on, or do you let it recover more naturally? And I guess that's the decision that we've made. And he's obviously been involved, that we haven't gone down the operation route, and seems to be recovering quite nicely. Still going to take a little bit of time because it was a dislocation, but which is fairly common, isn't it? In maybe more common in other sports, but can happen fairly commonly in our sport. So yeah, he's Hamza does attack his injury in a positive way and in a ruthless manner of getting back as quick as possible, and he'll be back with us as and when, but not sure quite when yet.
And just Jakub Stolarczyk, is there any update on him?
Yeah, similar to Patson really, because they had a similar injury. So his rehab is slightly different with him being a goalkeeper, but he's able to be out in the grass a little bit more, still with the medical team, still with the rehab team. Goalkeeping coach is doing a little bit with him, but it's more around handling than sort of footwork or diving or anything like that. So he's, albeit he did his injury a few weeks before Patson, he's still very much in that same period of returning to being on the grass to that final stages of rehab.
And you mentioned obviously Wilfred Ndidi, and mentally he's good, which is great. But thinking, how's he settled back into training? Thinking physically, just having to sit in an airport for as long as he did and stuff like that. How has he been in training the last day?
Well, he trained really well yesterday, I have to say. So that was pleasing to see, and maybe that was something that he needed, a little bit of a release just to get back to normality. But he's fine. He's fine. We've checked in with him in every way that we should, and he's more than happy just to get back onto sort of business as usual schedule. And trained yesterday. We'll train today, and be ready like everybody else for the game on the weekend.
And you've already spoke about maybe a little bit of pressure being off, having got that first win. But I'm just wondering about the mood generally in camp. For the players, is there a bit more of a relaxed atmosphere?
No, I didn't say the pressure's off. Okay. Because I don't think it is ever off. But that doesn't mean that pressure doesn't mean negativity. Pressure for me is exciting. Because it means that you're striving for something and you want to achieve something. So no, I think if anything, we're really motivated to do the things that I'm talking about, to create good days, to keep striving to become the team that we're going to be and the identity that we're going to show. When we get it right, it's exciting. The fans are going to be really connected to it. It's what we want to show them. So no, we're really motivated. We're really excited, and we're really believing in where we're going to go. But we have to go and make that happen, and we're in control of that.
And the next few weeks before another international break in November, I imagine you will tell me it's one game at a time.
Yeah, I will.
Winnable thing. But do you allow yourself, at least internally, to set maybe certain targets, given that it is so stop-start at the minute? It's quite easy sort of in little blocks.
No, we've definitely set, agreed with the team goals. So the team have agreed goals on what we want to achieve this year. And that's a multitude of things. That's obviously points and positions and objectives, but it's a number of other things as well, which becomes our daily work. So yeah, we have goals, and we understand that there are periods in the season, like now you play a few games at national break and do that 3 times. Then there's a bit of a spell to the Christmas period. You have the FA Cups, and so there's always sort of blocks, if you like, throughout the season. And yeah, we have some goals, but we also know that to achieve any goal is focusing on what we're in control of, and that's our work, and that's our commitment to our daily work, whether it's how we play, how we behave, the attitude, the standards that we want to set. We're very, very aligned in all of that, and we're very clear about what they are. But it's about living and breathing it every day.
And finally, Southampton still looking for that first win. You were having to answer questions about that before the international break. I'm wondering, in a way, does that make them even slightly more dangerous because they've got that desperation still to get that first win? I
think every game is, every game is an opportunity. Every game can be a danger. It depends how you want to look at it. As I said to Damien before, we will be very respectful to every opponent. We will expect them to be at their best, but we more focused on whoever we're playing this weekend, on what we do and the stuff that we can achieve from the game, and without it just being a positive result. We want to build momentum. We want to continue with our belief. We want to continue with our confidence, and grow them things as well, because that's the stuff that really allows you to improve everything, that gets you the performance and the results that you want. And like I said, we're really, really excited about that.
Cheers, Steve. Good luck.
You too, mate. Thank you.
Thanks.
Charlie,
Thanks
how are you, mate?
Given how hard you had to work and how long you had to wait for that first win, how important is it that you don't let any of the momentum that will have obviously given you fizzle out, and that you come away with something from the South Coast?
Well, that's the exciting opportunity that we have, is the recognition of the work that we had to put in, both with and without the ball, against Bournemouth, is that the opportunity we have this weekend is to build on that. And it's always hard to say when results are not going as you want, but I've not, and the staff and the players have not been narrow-minded enough to know that we've done some good things in every game, and some things that we need to improve on as well, and we'll always be addressing that. But we want to continue to build on all of them things, that do what you say in the question, really, is to make sure that we put all that together, that on match days it comes alive and it gets us the results that we want. So we're really focused on that, and really motivated and really excited about it.
Just to take you back to the Tuchel stuff with England, do you think that England produces enough top-level coaches? Because I look at the great successes through the age groups and the pathway. Yourself, a Welshman with the under-17s, Lee Carsley, you represented Ireland with the 21s. What about England?
What do you mean?
Well, does England, are there enough top-level English coaches that are in the running for a job like the England senior coaching job?
Well, I don't know is the answer, because I don't know. That's probably more a question to sporting directors or ownership groups, technical directors of national federations, about where their thinking is. I believe in British coaching. I believe in the coach education programme. We've got some brilliant colleagues around the game, British, who I enjoy speaking to and learning from and sharing ideas with, and foreign ones as well. But your question, I think, is probably, or someone in my position, or even my stage of my career, is probably not best to answer that. What I know is, what I'm conscious of is that I do have an opportunity here in the Premier League, in the best league in the world, at an ambitious club that wants to succeed, with, you know, good Premier League history, you know, a fan base that really wants to see good things and demands good things. So I've got a brilliant opportunity here personally, albeit I never think about me. I just think about the job that I want to do here for the club that I work for. So, you know, I've got to make the most of this opportunity.
Have you been surprised at all by the debate that it's all sparked the appointment of a foreign coach? Because he's not the first.
Joe, I've not really followed it, to be fair, because I don't, like, not just that, of just more focusing, but I mean, you know, the women's team has a foreign coach, the cricket has a foreign coach, so and they're brilliant coaches. You can see that. So maybe it's a debate for sport in general. Yeah, it's there's always going to be a mixed opinion on it. I can't say mine is that strong because of where I come from in this case, but there's always going to be that debate of how it feels to somebody. And I guess there's no right or wrong with that opinion. What I do know, it's a brilliant job. I think they have, from a sporting point of view, I think the FA have appointed a top coach and a equally top assistant as well. And it's a great job because of the work that Gareth did. And you know, it'll be exciting to see how it goes.